Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's Assembly. This week's Assembly is on the theme of remembrance. As you will know, on Wednesday, it's the 11th of November, which is the day most known as Remembrance Day or Armistice Day. And it's the day where we remember those soldiers and army staff that have sacrificed their lives in major battles since World War I. This year, Remembrance Day has had to be a little bit different because of the coronavirus pandemic and the second lockdown. Yesterday would have been Remembrance Sunday, the day where we would see parades to remember those sacrifices made by those soldiers, and people would visit memorials such as the cenotaphs. However, that's had to be a little bit different. In today's assembly, we're going to have a little look at this year's Poppy Appeal, and we're going to remember some of those medical staff that have sacrificed their lives in those major wars.
The annual Poppy Appeal is being launched today. Like so many other things this year, it's not going to be business as usual.
The British Legion has devised a plan to help us honour the fallen while also tackling the spread of a new enemy, coronavirus. Tim Muffet has the details.
We will remember them, but this year it will be different. With so many remembrance events cancelled, the Royal British Legion wants us to remember in our homes and gardens, in our windows and on our doorsteps. Bill is a 95-year-old Royal Navy veteran of D-Day and the Burma campaign of World War II. Most years he would be out collecting for the Poppy Appeal.
You know, we can't go anywhere, I can't go out. Well, you just locked up, and that is a bit annoying.
So this year, many remembrance services won't be taking place. What about the idea of remembering in our own homes instead, or on our doorsteps?
No, that would be okay. You know, just to remember. I mean, well, both the world wars, I think it's something that we should not forget.
To mark today's launch of the Poppy Appeal, the Royal British Legion has released these images of volunteers, veterans and serving members of the armed forces. Nicole is a nurse and reservist in the Royal Navy.
I was honoured to take part in the photos because it's remembering not only our past but also our present. We have heroes in our past, and I believe we do have heroes of today. We went through a lot back then and we're still going through a lot now.
Homes and front doorsteps have played such a key part this year, haven't they? We were clapping for carers, we've been locked in. How has it been for you this year?
Just like everyone, I believe it was quite scary at first, the unknown. As a paramedic, I was able to support people in the community, whether that's physically or mentally.
A lot of people who would typically collect for the Poppy Appeal won't be able to this year. Yet given the hardships being faced by so many, the Royal British Legion's support for members of the armed forces, past and present, as well as their families, has never been more important. With so many older fundraisers unable to leave their homes, younger people are being encouraged to help.
My name's Poppy. Why I think I'm called that is because our family, we had great uncles in World War I.
Poppy, you're just 11 years old. Why is it important that young people like you still get involved in the Poppy campaign?
It's really important not to forget about them because it's history. It's part of life.
Almost inevitably this year, less money will be raised from cash donations, so online giving is being encouraged. Poppies can also be sent in the post or printed out and displayed in a window. Homes and streets have developed new meaning during the pandemic. From now until November the 11th, they'll also shape the way we remember. Tim Muffet, BBC News.
It's a great image, that, and it's really interesting.
The annual Poppy Appeal is being...
So as you've seen there, Remembrance Day is a little bit different this year. And I thought I'd share with you the story of a medical staff who served in World War I. Her name is Edith Cavell, and you can see her there in that image. Edith was born in Suffolk, in Britain, and she moved over to Belgium to train to become a nurse. She was living back in Britain in 1914 when the news of World War I broke out, and she felt that it was her duty to get back over to Belgium to go to the very hospital that she trained at to become a nurse. It very quickly became a Red Cross hospital and treated thousands of British, French and Belgian soldiers in World War I. Edith was asked to treat two particular British soldiers that had fallen behind the German lines and were being kept captive by the German army. She treated these two soldiers, but she didn't want to leave them captured as prisoners of war. And what she did was organise them to be smuggled back through to the Netherlands, which was a neutral country in World War I. She did this for these two soldiers, but across an 11-month period, Edith smuggled 200 British, French and Belgian prisoners of war back to neutral countries. On the 5th of August 1915, Edith was arrested by the Germans for this crime. She was taken to prison and she was placed in solitary confinement. What happened was she was found guilty of this crime and she was shot dead by a firing squad. It's important that we remember all the different contributions, and not just what we typically remember as soldiers, but all the other staff that serve in the army, like Edith. I'm going to show you another video now, which shows a veteran of World War II talking about her experiences, but from a little bit of a different perspective.
They stretchered in a severely burned man. At first, I didn't recognize him. Just a few years before, we were best friends in the playground. Now, he was an injured soldier, and I was his nurse. He told the doctor it would be better if he disappeared. He said he couldn't tell his family what had happened. This man had given up his fight. For weeks we sat together. I talked to him, I listened. Finally, he agreed to return with me to our village, where he was welcomed home.
So this year, and like every year, the British Legion, who organised the Poppy Appeal, reminded that it's a good time to think about those different people that have sacrificed their lives in major outbreaks of war. Now, the Poppy Appeal is all around the idea of wearing this poppy. And you may already know this, but you may not, that the poppy became the symbol of remembrance following the growth of these amazing red poppies on fields like as the ones you can see in this image in Flanders Fields. They are really resilient flowers, and these flowers grew through war-torn battlefields that had been absolutely destroyed. It was thought that it would take an awful long time for anything to grow there again. However, these poppies began to grow through the battlefields and became that symbol of remembrance. And here are just some of the ways that the Poppy Appeal helps soldiers today. To finish off, I'm going to show you this year's British Legion Poppy Appeal video, and then we're going to have a minute's silence together to remember.
Once again, a form of war has taught us who we are. Young and old, rich and poor, backgrounds, cultures, generations. Once again, in this silent war, together, we are one nation. Once again, we will wear with pride A nation's thanks for those who've died. A people's thanks to those who care, whose sense of duty never errs.
Okay, thank you all for listening so well today. To finish off, we're going to have a minute's silence together. Thank you everyone for listening. Have a lovely day. See you all soon. Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Buell TV. It's lovely to be back presenting with you all, and this is my first Buell TV since being back to school, which is so brilliant. To see you all back in there, it just isn't the same without you. So this week I've got some announcements from a range of your subjects, and then I get to do this week's subject stars of the week. So first up is from the Maths department. Maths want you to remember to log into Hegarty Maths this week. It is really important for your homework, but also if you are working from home, and that you're logged in and completing that work. Next up is from English. We want to say a massive congratulations to Year 11. Well done to the scores of pupils who joined the lessons via Zoom this week. Got on with the resources in Google Classroom. It's brilliant to see the responsibility and the maturity that you're all showing. All your English teachers are really, really proud of you. There are all new schemes of learning this half term for all year groups, including Abomination, Our Day Out, and Inspector Calls, and loads of brilliant text being read at Key Stage 3. Science department want a reminder again about homework. Really important that this is being done, and the science department are setting your homework on Google Classroom. Make sure that you go and see your teacher if you're unable to log on there to complete it. The next reminder is similar from the music department. Again, your homeworks are all up to date and they've been set on Google Classroom. Make sure you log in and complete those, and again, go and see your music teacher if you're unable to do that. The PE department want to remind everybody in year 7, 8 and 9 that you should be revising through your Google Classroom homeworks and your knowledge organisers in preparation for your Key Stage 3 written exams. These are coming up over the next few weeks. Year 10 and 11 in PE, ensure that you are consistently revising for the theory exam that's happening in January. Intervention happens every Wednesday in PE and gives you further opportunities to complete your coursework, but also do that really important exam preparation. If you are a student that's isolated at any time and working from home, keep an eye out for the live Zoom lesson links for Year 11 sports study lessons. And then a reminder to everybody in the school is that there is a Duke of Edinburgh Zoom meeting for any parents of any pupils in Year 10 who are interested to take part in Duke of Edinburgh. Next Tuesday at 7 PM this is happening, and it's on Zoom. The meeting ID is 985 9027 7689. There's no password for that Zoom. If you have any questions about that, or you need the Zoom link sent into you, just see Miss Smith. Okay, so this week's subject stars of the week. Maths have nominated Neve Fitzpatrick, who always puts 100% effort in and makes great contributions in class discussions. Well done, Neve. English have nominated Raneem in Year 8 for lovely work. Science, all of Miss Robinson's triple science class. As always, she said, you have been absolute superstars. You've worked so hard preparing for your mock exams, and she's really proud of every single one of you. History have nominated Coral Espiano in Year 8 for her fantastic effort with the Black Death topic. Well done. Now, Tom Mayo in Year 7 has been nominated by Geography for his accurate knowledge and discussion of extreme weather. Lily Williams in Year 8 has been nominated for producing the most beautiful piece of work in geography. JJ Berry and Viviana Tavares have been nominated for their excellent responsibility to learning and helpfulness around the classroom. Lena, Leo and Maria in Year 9, all for an excellent start to the new term. And finally, Farah Whitehead in Year 11 for taking excellent ownership over revision during self-isolation. Well done to all those geographers. Spanish have nominated Lily Ackley in Year 9 for a great start to the new mixed ability Spanish classes. Music have nominated Josh Hardy for working incredibly hard and always being enthusiastic in music lessons. Drama have nominated Lee J. Cox for working hard and completing his script. Well done, Lee J. PE, the boys nominated have been James Collins for his consistent hard work and determination to improve. And the girls have been nominated Evie Riddell Stahl for her excellent effort and commitment in her PE lessons. Well done, both of you. Technology have nominated Braden Winter for great contributions in class, discussions and fantastic computer casting piece. Sports Studies at Key Stage 4 have nominated Darren Abisol for making such a great start in his theory and practical PE lessons. And finally, BTEC Dance has nominated Casey Morgan for showing the most progression in her theory and practical dance lessons. Well done to every single one of you. It's such an honour to read out all those amazing contributions and what all your teachers have said about you. You should be really proud of that. Hope you all have a lovely week this week, and I will see you soon. Bye!